All right, let's dive right into this explainer and absolutely demystify the Florida Real Estate Sales Associate State Exam. Look, this isn't just about passively reading a textbook. This is all about strategy. We're going to turn you from an overwhelmed student into a confident point-scoring test taker. So if you've been staring at Chapter 475 of the Florida statutes and feeling completely lost, well, you are definitely in the right place.
Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to cover decoding the state exam, high-yield exam topics, authorized brokerage relationships, handling escrow funds, violations and penalties, and finally, real estate math mastery.
Section 1. Decoding the state exam.
Okay, the absolute most crucial point here is the number 75. That is the exact score you need to pass out of a perfect 100 points. Not a 74, not a 74.5. 75 is the golden number that actually gets you your license.
You've got exactly 3.5 hours for this closed-book 100-question test. And the breakdown is pretty interesting. The exam heavily emphasizes real estate law and principles, which make up 90 of those points, while math makes up the remaining 10. But whatever you do, don't ignore the math. Those 10 points are highly predictable, and honestly, they often make the difference between a pass and a fail. Moving right along to Section 2, High-Yield Exam Topics.
It's kind of crazy, but nearly a third of your entire exam comes from just 3 domains out of the 19 total. Those are brokerage activities, contracts, and mortgages. If you master these 3 pillars, you are well on your way to hitting that 75.
Section 3. Authorized brokerage relationships.
By statutory definition, a broker is the one rendering professional services for compensation. The key phrase to remember here is for another and for compensation. Whether that's selling, exchanging, or renting real estate, the broker holds the ultimate responsibility.
Now, a sales associate, which is what you're testing to become, performs those exact same acts. But the crucial distinction is that a sales associate must always do so under the direct management and control of an employer, which is typically your broker. Basically, you are an agent of your broker.
This next point is absolutely critical to remember for exam day. Florida law automatically presumes you are acting as a transaction broker. Unless you have a specific written agreement stating otherwise, the state views you as a transaction broker who is just providing limited representation to facilitate the deal.
Watch out for a massive testing trap right here. A single agent owes strict fiduciary duties. Think of the acronym COLD: Confidentiality, Obedience, Loyalty, and Disclosure. A transaction broker, however, only provides limited representation. They do not owe undivided loyalty. The exam absolutely loves to test if you know which duties belong to which specific role.
All right, Section 4, Handling Escrow Funds. When we talk about a deposit, we're talking about earnest money entrusted to a real estate licensee. And let me tell you, the Florida Real Estate Commission, or FREC, is extremely serious about how these funds are guarded. Mishandling other people's money is literally the fastest way to lose your license.
So what actually happens if a deal falls through and one party just vanishes and won't respond to a demand on trust funds? Well, the broker must legally follow these exact steps. Step 1, send a certified letter. Step 2, set a firm deadline for a response. Step 3, if they still ignore it, the broker is legally authorized to release the funds to the other party. Make sure you memorize this exact sequence.
Section 5, Violations and Penalties.
Test questions love to target penalties. You need to remember that operating without an active license is not just a slap on the wrist, it is a third-degree felony. Also, collecting a commission outside of your employer's name is strictly forbidden, as is mixing or commingling escrow funds with your brokerage operating funds.
And finally, Section 6, Real Estate Mastery, specifically focusing on the T method and area.
Let's start with calculating area. Our scenario is a rectangular lot that is 150 feet wide and 300 feet deep. First, let's find the area in square feet. You take the length and multiply it by the width. So 150 times 300 equals 45,000 square feet. Now the exam will almost certainly ask you to convert that to acres. You must memorize this magic number, 43,560 square feet in an acre. To get the answer, simply divide your area by the magic number. 45,000 divided by 43,560 equals approximately 1.03 acres. And hey, if they ask for volume, say for a 10-foot deep warehouse on that exact same lot, just multiply your square footage by the depth. 45,000 times 10 is 450,000 cubic feet. Easy points, right?
Now what's really cool is how easily you can solve commission problems using the T method. Picture a giant capital letter T. The top half is the part, the bottom left is the total, and the bottom right is the rate. If a house sells for $400,000, that's your total. The total commission rate is 6% or 0.06. To find the part, you multiply the bottom two. 400,000 times 0.06 equals $24,000 in total commission. The brokerages split this 50-50, so you divide $24,000 by 2, leaving $12,000 for your brokerage. Now apply the T method again for your specific cut. The new total is $12,000. Your rate is 70% or 0.70. 12,000 times 70 equals an $8,400 commission check for you.
Last example before our quiz, a seller's net problem. A seller tells you they want to walk away with exactly $150,000 in their pocket. They have $4,000 in closing costs, and your broker's commission is 6%. Step 1. Add the desired net and the closing costs together. $150,000 plus $4,000 is $154,000. Step 2. Take 100% and subtract the 6% commission rate, which leaves you with 94%, or 0.94. Step 3. Divide your total expenses from Step 1 by the decimal from Step 2. 154,000 divided by 0.94 equals exactly $163,829.79. That is the exact price the home must sell for to meet the seller's goal.
Okay, it's time to lock this all in with a rapid review math quiz. I'm going to read each question out loud, pause for just a second, and then we'll walk through the solution together. Get ready. Question 1. How many square feet are in 1 acre? Question 2. In the T method, how do you find the total if you have the part and the rate? Question 3. How many square feet are in 1 square yard? And finally, question 4. What is the formula for a seller to net $90,000 after a 10% commission, assuming no closing costs? Let's see how you did. For question 1, the magic number is 43,560 square feet. For question 2, thinking back to your T method, since the part is on top and the rate is on the bottom, you simply divide the part by the rate to find the total. For question 3, a square yard is 3 feet by 3 feet, so you just multiply 3 times 3 to get 9 square feet. And for question 4, you take the $90,000 desired net and divide it by 0.90, or 0.90, which gets you a $100,000 sales price. Master these concepts, and you've absolutely got those 10 math points in the bag.
Seeing a failing score of 68 can be absolutely devastating after putting in so many hours of study. But when you really break it down, losing points on contracts, mortgages, and math can sink you really quickly. But hey, with a firm grasp on those high-yield domain weights, the strict escrow rules, the specific agency relationships, and the step-by-step math formulas we just walked through, you've got the strategy you need. The only question left to ask yourself is, what are you going to do today to make sure your score report says pass? Keep reviewing, stay focused, and go get that license.